Right, okay. Hello everyone. So, I'm gonna go through the Conquest feats for the Stranger, because that's coming up soon. So, I'll go through what teams I'm gonna use, and hopefully it'll be helpful. So, looking at global feats, got the regular Golden Challenge Path one. Win 20 battles with at least 4 Darkside clone troops in your squad. That's going to be annoying. Attempt to inflict evasion down 80 times. Win 20 battles with a full squad of Galactic Republic. Evade at least 200 attacks in battles you won. Attempt to call allies to assist with booming voice 60 times. Gain profit 100 times. It's going to be annoying if you don't have Hondo or Maz. Complete a battle with deployable calling systems active. And then you've got the one at the bottom that's the title. So, first of all, I will also quickly say they're kind of doing a sort of Galaxy of Heroes anniversary. In Conquest, the bosses are going to be old raid bosses. And pretty much all of those feats for the mini boss and the sector boss, they're mostly just all going to be use these characters. So they should be fairly easy. But Darkside Clone Troopers, I don't have Lord Vader, so I'm gonna use SWGOH. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try and farm this on like a Sector 1 node, on one of the Datacron nodes. Galactic Republic. I think there's a couple you could go for. I'm gonna go for Queen Amidala. If you don't have Queen Amidala, you can probably go for Karen Beck, maybe. You should be able to do Bad Batch, just don't use Omega. Use Shakti or Rex or whoever has the Galactic Republic tag. I think you'll be fine. Obviously, if you've got Master Kenobi, use that. I guess you can also use Master Windu if you have him. But for me, my best option is Queen Amidala. Now, the Evade feat. We did have that last time, but it was not a global feat. It was a sector feat for 100 evades. This is the team I used. Rey, Jedi Training Rey, Cal Kestis, Ezra Bridger Exile, and Cup. Mainly because these 4 all have evasion mastery. So when Rey's building up their mastery, they're going to avoid more attacks. You don't need Cup. You could put Ben Solo in here, or anyone really. But you probably could also do this, maybe try something funny to do with Foresight. This is just the simplest for me. And try and drag out the battles as long as you can, because the longer the battle goes on, the more mastery you're going to get, and the more likely you are to dodge. But given that this is a global feat, you can work on it over time. Now the profit one. this is not great. My best idea is going in with Ithano, Quiggled, and the 3 relic pirates I have. Are they going to get any profit? I don't know. If you've got Maz or Hondo, obviously use them. But for me, I don't have either of them. I don't have any of the new pirates relic, which is why I'm like, sure, I'll put the other 3 pirates in with... I don't know, maybe Captain Silvo would be better here than Ithano. I don't know. Evasion down, there are probably multiple teams you could do. I've just chosen this one because, like, Leia, R2, and then not Drogon purely because of stat sharing on R2, but Bodhi, if you have him, he inflicts evasion down on his basic, on his first special. It's not. On these two abilities, he inflicts evasion down. 3PO and Chewie does it on their basic, and given the amount they assist, that's going to be great. Old Ben also has it on his basic. I guess you could literally just do the CLS team. That would probably work too, but again, this is just the simplest that I'm going to have. So, moving on to Sector 1. We have attempt to inflict stagger 60 times. We've had that one quite a few times. Win 10 battles with a full squad of tanks. Win 10 battles with Brutus surviving. And attempt to inflict buff immunity 40 times. Yeah, so stagger spam, I've got Emperor Palpatine, because he doesn't inflict stagger, but with his lead, when you inflict a load of debuffs, you're going to get a ton of turn meter. So, Mara Jade, Scout Trooper, Stark, and Krennic all have AoE staggers. That's why I've called it stagger spam. You might not win the battle, but you should be able to get, like, at least 20 each battle. Moving on from that, the Brutus surviving one. I mean, this goes for any survive feat. Use JML with Voluntary Vanguard, Data Disk. If you don't have that, just use Wat Tambor. Put the tank tech onto Luke so he taunts. Then bring in the character you need, and then two other good Jedi. I have done Revan. Before I had Ezra, I would use Revan or Cal. Before I had Cal, I'd just use Revan. So you don't need Ezra, but probably work the best for me. Now the tanks one, yeah, I've just gone for a Rebel team that's just full of Rebel tanks. I think you could probably also do the same thing with JML if you just went for a full team of Jedi tanks. But yeah, either of those will do, because really, there's no team that's fully tanks. And then buff immunity we did have for Maz, and I had Cassian and Rolo because they both inflict buff immunity on their basic. Leia also on her first special inflicts buff immunity onto tanks. Okay, so Sector 2, take 50 bonus turns, win 10 battles with Silvo and Vane surviving, attempt to inflict daze 40 times, and win at least 10 battles without losing any units. Oh, that was a Discord notification. Let's close that. So what I have for that, for days, I've gone for this, which again, we did have this last time. So it's just main layer 3, and then Rex with an AoE, days, and Captain Harness days on his basic. The Silver and Vane is really annoying because it means you can only have one extra unit. Again, if you've got Voluntary Vanguard and so don't need Wat Tambor, you should be able to just put someone else in there. Oh, that should not be displaying my capture. Oops. Oh, didn't really change much except it just doubled up the screen. Yeah, you could put someone else like Revan in there. Now, the bonus turns, I've gone for Great Mother's and specifically against gas, this is the thing I've done quite a few times from when we've had bonus turns in the past as feats. You don't need these two, by the way. Literally just Great Mothers and 4 random Night Sisters will get the job done. Basically, what it relies on is Great Mothers getting their bonus turn at the start. You put Doom onto Gas, then Great Mothers will probably get Blessed to put on someone. And because Doom removes protection, Gas is going to lose all of his protection and then go down. He's going to take cover, or whatever it's called. But when he does that, he's going to lose Doomed. So you get another bonus turn to put Doomed on someone else. But because he's gone down, Gas will then come back up again because he doesn't have Doomed. So he's going to get that protection back again. And then so he's going to stand up and then basically just rinse and repeat. You just do that over and over again, and eventually you'll get those bonus turns. And yeah, the other one for just without losing a unit, just go for your best team, I suppose. If you don't get it with these. So, moving on to Sector 3. Attempt to inflict disarm 15 times. That's annoying. We had that last time as well, and I wasn't able to do it. Win 10 battles with SM-33 surviving. Attempt to inflict blind 80 times. And defeat 35 enemies with clone troopers. Now, yeah, the SM-33 thing, yeah, I don't have SM-33, so do your best. I mean, you can do the JML trick, but the thing is, if you have SM-33, you probably would have also gone for Hondo. Not necessarily, but probably. Blind, pretty easy. You don't need Rex here. This is mainly just 3PO and Chewie's AoE blind. I don't know if there's any other rebels that inflict blind. If there are, use them instead of Rex. Disarm, there are only really 3 characters who inflict disarm. Chrysanthemum, Wrecker Mercenary, and CX2. Now, I've gone for Chrysanthemum because Jabba, normally everyone survives, so you get more keycards. If you have new Bad Batch, you can use that as well. But if you have Lord Vader clones, use them definitely in this sector because of the clone trooper kills. But if you don't have them, use something like Bad Batch. I guess you could also use Gas and try and time out Gas not killing people, or maybe go for Queen Amidala or General Kenobi with a lot of clones, and hope you can get that. But yeah, if you have the Dark Side clone troopers, definitely use them on this sector. If you don't worry, you can get it anyway. You don't need them. And so we're now moving on to Sector 4. Win 10, oh, nearly 20, win 10 battles with Quiggold surviving, gain evasion up 60 times, win 10 battles with no tanks in your squad, and inflict at least 300 damage over time effects on enemies with an ability. Now, I am sure some people are like, 300 dots? It's not that bad. Use Tuscans against... It doesn't have to be General Grievous. It's really just any team that's going to gain a lot of turn meter. But Grievous is a pretty common team to see in Conquest, so that's why I go for him. And it will get it done pretty quickly. When it says apply them with an ability, I thought this meant the Tuskers wouldn't work. They do. I was thinking you were going to have to do something with Vader, but no. When it means with an ability, it means data discs. I think, is it caustic emissions? Applies dots, so that's not going to count for this. You need to have a character apply them. But it is still technically an ability. It's a unique ability, or it might be a leader ability, actually. But whatever it is, Tuskers will work. If not, if you don't have them, I mean, you can probably do something with Palpatine, Mara Jade, Vader to just try and turn me to loop, get loads of AoEs off with Vader. Now, no tanks. We've had this one quite a few times. I do this with Queen Amidala. I don't really know why I've put Snips in here, and on the other one I put Barriss when doing the Galactic Republic wins. I don't know why I did that. I think normally I put Snips and Barriss on the team, but because don't need Bad Batch really for Conquest, so I put Echo in there, and I guess I just swapped out who I replaced. But yeah, even with Queen Amidala's decoy, it does not count as a tank. So that's a nice easy team to use. Because you get to do the no tanks feat with a sort of tank. Quiggled, same thing as the other survive feats. Evasion up, I've gone with Leia. Because Biggs has it on somewhere. No, that's a quick shot. Oh yeah. Yeah, Biggs is gonna get it. Is gonna gain evasion up after surviving any damage from an Empire enemy or a crit from any enemy. So he's gonna constantly gain it. Plus Han's never tell me the odds. All allies gain evasion up. So you might be able to do this again with just the regular CLS team, but because I've got Leia, I'm gonna use her. So now, moving on to our final sector, Sector 5. So this is win 10 battles with CX2 surviving, attempt to inflict tenacity down 60 times, attempt to inflict defense down 60 times, and win 10 battles with a full squad of pirates. So, with pirates, again, I just went for this team. Might actually put Sana in the lead instead of Athano. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this one. I don't have Maz. I don't have Hondo. I don't have any of the new Pirates Relict. It's going to be relying on mainly Hondo and Nest. Like, yeah, Sana's going to help, but most of the damage is going to come from Hondo. Most of the survivability is going to come from Nest. So just hoping that those two can carry it. CX2, exactly the same thing. Obviously, if you like with Quiggold, Brutus, if you have them relict, and especially if you have their team relict, just use them on the team. It'll be a lot easier. But I don't. So tenacity down, I have gone for Leia with Chewbacca, who applies it on his basic, and he assists every time a guard ally uses an ability, so he's going to get it quite a lot. And Rex, it's an AoE tenacity down. Then defense down, I've actually gone for Mon Mothma Rebel Fighters. I can't remember where it. I think. Does he actually have it on it? Yeah. Okay. So he's got defense down. Plus, you could do the same thing with the buff immunity. On his second special, he's going to inflict. For each debuff present on other enemies, inflict that debuff on the target. So you can like double up. I don't think he has any. Oh yeah. Deal physical damage to all enemies with a 70% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns. Yeah, go for it. Obviously, there's only a 70% chance that it might inflate, but still be a little bit. And Wedge, I'll need to actually mod him on his basic. No, okay. I don't care. Some unassigned health mods. Who cares? I'm not using Wedge for anything. That just chuck some random mods on him. Whatever. So that is what I'm going to be doing for mine. I think defense down. I think Bad Batch 2 apply it as well. But yeah, that's going to be my guide for Conquest. Obviously, hopefully this will help people. And yeah, hopefully we can get as high as we can. And it's going to be starting soon. So yeah, thank you for watching. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.